Okay, I'm going to say it. Get ready. Okay, if you're ready, here I go. I hate macOS Big Sur, and here's why. Just a heads up here, I'm planning to do a vlog about what I'm doing at home, as well as maybe even gaming videos. So if watching me playing creative mode in Minecraft and getting killed in Fortnite in the first 10 seconds is your thing, then subscribe and look forward to it. But I'm deciding between whether to create a new channel to upload the gaming videos, or just upload them all to this one single channel. Please vote in the top right corner about whether to make a new gaming channel or stick with just one channel. Now let's get into the rant. The first thing I hate is the new look and design. And yes, I know you'll say that you'll just have to use it for a few weeks and eventually get used to it. And while that's mostly true, I still think it's ugly. The new redesign icons looks kind of out of place on Mac, because a lot of the new icons are basically iOS icons with weird shadows applied. So they actually urge you to touch the icons, and then you'll realize that Macs don't have touchscreens. Not gonna lie, there are some good ones, like the ones for text edit and preview. But look at the stocks icon. It's basically the iOS icon with a weird skeuomorphic shadowing applied to it, which makes it look really ugly. Also look at the system informations icon. It seems like the design team is just trying to make it into a squircle. Can't think of any ideas. So just put the older icon on top of a plain white rounded square and called it a day. Also look at that Final Cut icon. It'll look way better if they just put it on top of a gray squircle and add some shadows. These new icons also make the older app icons look out of place. I'm sure the devs are already redesigning these older icons, but it will take some time. And the ugliness continues throughout the UI. Let's open System Preferences. Some of the icons are unchanged or mostly unchanged, like the ones for printer, trackpad, mouse, and keyboard, startup disk, and time machine. Some of them look better, like General and Spotlight, but some of them look even uglier than the ones for the apps. Like, look at this hourglass and the bell. They just look very bad and out of place. Look at this battery icon. I think it looks fine. Let's click on it and look at this big icon, and it's probably the ugliest of the bunch. We received a lot of criticism when people just found out about it, but Apple didn't bother changing it. People are hoping it will be gone in beta 2, but it's still there. And take a look at these. These are the battery icons for pre-iOS 7 and Yosemite versions. They look like real batteries. And look at these. These are the icons for releases including and after iOS 7 and Yosemite. They're just simple flat shapes that look somewhat like a battery. But this one is like the icons from the classic days, and the modern days had a deformed baby. There are shadowings applied, but it doesn't look like a real battery. There's this 3D part attached to this kind of flat part. There's weird shadowing applied to it to make it look skeuomorphic, but there's additional shadowing to make this part of the icon look like it's floating, and also make it look like the stickers on the laptops of these emoji people in the WWDC artwork. There's also this middle part that's supposed to make it look like a real battery, but it just looks out of place with the weird kind of flat border. The topography of this icon just straight up very weird. Like, come on, Apple. What the even is this? Please change this icon in the final release or I'll switch to PC. But the big question is, why do they even bother to add shadows when they're trying to remove shadows since iOS 7 Yosemite? I just updated my computer to macOS Big Sur Beta 3, so let's see if they change the battery icon or not. Let's close out of this and open System Preferences. And they did! At least for the small icon. But personally, I think this one looks worse than the previous one. It looks like they just took the old icon from the iOS 6 days, tweaked it, and flipped it. But the real question is, did they change the big icon? Let's just click into it, and they really did. But I don't think it looks much better than the older one. It seems like Apple gave up and just tweaked the icon from the skeuomorphic days and just put it in here. Although it's slightly better and finally acceptable now, I still think it's bad. Then fine, Apple, if you can't make a good battery icon, I'll make one for you. Now, this brand new release also comes with a lot of inconsistencies. So, I'll just click on the Apple logo in the new menu bar, which looks really bad with the new transparent background. Really want to turn it off. And look at the menu that pops up. The left side of it is aligned to the icon, which is how it's supposed to be. Let's move to Finder. The menu is still aligned. Now let's move to File. Same thing. Move on to Edit. Same, but now let's move to View, and the menu is offset now. Now let's select a menu item. The blue highlight is a rounded rectangle. Let's now click on App in the dock and highlight something. And now the highlight is a regular rectangle. So Apple, again, you also need to fix these inconsistencies. Moving up to the top right corner of the screen, we have the new Control Center, and you have access to all of our controls. But why is there a brightness and volume slider in there? We already have access to those on the keyboard. And it's also easier to control these on the keyboard. You can just change the brightness and volume with a click of a key instead of going to the Control Center and drag these sliders, which seems to be optimized for touch, just like the new app icons. So touchscreen Macs are coming. Let's go into a menu, such as keyboard brightness. Now, how do you go back to the main menu? You'll probably just click out of the Control Center altogether, then go back to it again. But you actually just need to click on the title. So maybe a little left arrow will be helpful. I also kind of hate the new sounds. In macOS 10, when you take a screenshot, a camera shutter sound will play. Now I'll instead play a sound that sort of sounds like a notification sound, which I hate. And another update here, so in Beta 3, Apple also changed the screenshot sound, so it no longer sounds like a notification. But it's still bad. Just take a listen. Yeah, hear that? Now, Apple brought back the old shutter sound, but put it in between two notification-like sounds, which I found to be pretty weird. Apple should just use the old shutter sound with nothing else. Apple did bring it back, but why would they add like the two notification-like sounds with it? So this is not as bad as before, but I still think it's pretty bad. And the other annoying sound that's been here since the first beta, and will also probably be in the public release, is the charging sound. So Apple brought the iPhone charging sound to the Mac for whatever reason, which is bad because I just want to hear the satisfying click sound. I don't want to hear a charging sound. I know I'm plugging my computer in. I know it's charging. The green light is on. I know it's charging, so I don't need that stupid iPhone charging sound thing. Moving on to buttons. I also hate the new buttons without any outlines or highlights unless you hover over them or select them. I just prefer to have clearly defined buttons to avoid any confusion. So in conclusion, the macOS Big Sur, while some part of it looks better and more modern, there are still a lot of problems that Apple will fix. I think these will all be fixed and all look good in a few years, but right now it's just not so good. So this is my rant video on macOS Big Sur. I really hope Apple will fix these problems. Also, follow me on Twitter where I post all sorts of stuff, not just tech. Also, check out my Instagram, even though I don't post much. And if you want to get news and updates on my channel, check out the news section of my website, because I don't post them on Twitter or Instagram. So the news section of my website is the only section you can get the news and updates. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to give this video a like. Also subscribe for more awesome content and potentially future gaming videos and vlogs. And this is David, signing out.